three of us are here. We are live again after a
Okay.
long time. But today it's very special. एक तो पहले तो हमको टाइम मिला है ये सब करने का, ये बड़ी बात है. वो तो दिस टाइम आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू कमिट एट ऑल कि हम इस बार रेगुलरली आएंगे, कुछ होता नहीं है, जिंक्स कर देते हैं हम लोग ही. तो यस, वेलकम यशस्वी अगेन, वेलकम वंशज. You are back on T2I Sports. We are back on T2I Sports and we are live right now. And we have two other guests with us joining tonight. And Yashasvi is going to introduce them one by one because I don't know anything apart from their name, which is a very bad thing for a host. But we'll go one by one. So Yashasvi, you get it up.
Yeah. So first, we will welcome Mr. Bhas Mankad, a renowned lawyer. He's coming all the way from, from Ahmedabad. He is a avid cricket fan, and one of his favorite cricketers wears yellow. So he's going to talk a lot about him today. I don't know, if he's going to talk satirically or, give facts about him. But over to you, Bhas bhai.
Thank you, Yashasvi. Thank you for the introduction. But yeah, I mean, we can go with the flow. Thank you, Prasham, and thank you, Vanshaj, for having me here. It's my first time, so
First of many.
I'd like to, yeah, first of many, hopefully. Yes. So looking forward to this chat. Let's just keep it free flowing and as casual as it can be.
Yes. That is the format of the show. There is no format.
There is no format of this show. That is the biggest thing.
Yes, for the second guest, Yashasvi.
Yeah. So our second guest, Mr. Venu, he's coming all the way from Canada. It's sunny, bright, and he has shooed away all the snow which had, come on his backyard yesterday. So he is an analyst. He's a well-known analyst. He has won the ICC hackathon last year, and he is also very good researcher and very good understander of the game. So this is going to be a fun podcast in my opinion.
Yes.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for having me. Good to be on the other side of the table for a change and not host shows and just be relaxed and criticize people and be as open as possible.
So as you will see as we go along, ki hosting doesn't stop you from criticizing people. So okay, so obviously IPL starts tomorrow, so the topic has to be IPL. And this IPL is going to be very interesting because description भी पढ़ोगे तो उसमें भी लिखा है new kids are there, new coaches are there, new captains are there. But this IPL marks the one of the biggest comeback of cricket history. Can you guess? Can you all guess?
Rishabh Pant.
No, I'm not
It is
talking
bigger
about
than
Rishabh. Think something outside the box.
Navjot Singh Sidhu, please don't tell me that.
Correct.
Oh, Guru, out of the ground.
Navjot Singh Sidhu is back in the commentary box. So,
Trying to
yes.
exercise
अभी एक side में
the remote.
since Geo has poached Akash Chopra, they have brought back the OGO Hindi commentary on Star Sports. So कोई हिंदी देखने नहीं वाला है, but ठीक है देख. Okay. Anyway, so we'll jump to the teams. We'll directly jump to the teams and we'll go team wise, obviously, like the format is always. But we go alphabetically every time. But just for the kicks of it, we won't go in Chennai today. We'll keep Chennai for later. We'll
Desperately missing a CSK fan in this
All
live.
right, Bhash, see you. Bye-bye.
A true CSK fan and the true CSK Thala lover.
Yes. Are there any opening comments you want to make before we jump to Delhi, Bhaskar?
On a lighter note, not starting with CSK, it's just exactly the shock and awe that Thala has just, done today. So I'm just, nothing surprises me anymore when it comes to CSK. So, I mean, and how they function. So, nothing. I have no further words to add. I will
In
probably.
simple words, if any CSK fan is here with us, you're in for a very good ride. So, like Jamero.
If So we'll go to Delhi again. We'll start with Delhi. So Delhi again has the very promising captain that they had, and it is again a very good comeback story. And the way he has coped up and the way he has recovered. So Rishabh Pant is back. So David Warner takes the back seat again, and David Warner can be the free-flowing David Warner that he was. Now I am not very well versed with the complete 25 players of the team. So any of you who has a very quick thought on Delhi Capitals and where they will finish this year and how are they lined up, can take it forward.
Yashasvi, you can go ahead.
Okay.
Rishabh Pant ka fan. Yeah.
Rishabh Pant ka fan. Last year when Rishabh was injured, and I had said this, maybe on your show I had said it, Delhi is going to finish last.
Yeah.
So, and that actually happened. They were last for most of the season, and in the last couple of games they won here or there. Against SRH they won, and they became second last. But here, when they bring back this guy Rishabh Pant, the morale around the team comes up exponentially. So Rishabh Pant's inclusion is a big boost for them. And now you see, now I'll just jump into the team which they have brought in. They had Harry Brook. Harry Brook goes out, so comes in McGurk, Fraser McGurk. A lot of people are talking about him. The same way they talked about David Warner in 2009 and 10 when he was brought in. Nobody knew about him, and everybody was very astonished. भाई ये किस लड़के को ले आए? And the way he had taken the stage onto himself was a fantastic thing. And Fraser McGurk is going to show you the same thing if given an opportunity. They also have Tristan Stubbs. They bought in Tristan Stubbs. But when you see the Indian buys they have, one buy which I felt was fantastic. That was Kumar Kushag. Going for 7.2 crores is a big amount for 19-year-old. Yeah, 19-year-old. But again, he has good promise. He is a keeper, comes from Jharkhand. A lot of keepers coming from Jharkhand. Robin Mins is also then GT. I'm not going to take the big man's name. Bhash Bhai will get angry. So, the greatest thing is he can bat anywhere. You want him to bat, you want him to open, he will open. You want him to bat at one, he'll bat at one down. If you want him to finish, he will finish. So this guy can be, a very good addition to the team. And also, there is one player, no, not many people know about it, but given an opportunity, can be deadly. People talk about this league, UPT20 league. Over there were two players who had taken it, they had come on the stage. One was Samir Rizvi and another was Swastik Chikara. He comes from Noida. Very good batter, hard hitter of the ball, opens the innings, top order. But can he get a chance? That is another thing. So, a newcomer, if you see, these two are there. And there is also a Sumit Kumar, who is an all-rounder, fast bowling all-rounder, comes from Haryana, played a very important role in that Vijay Hazare Trophy win for Haryana. So these three players, when you see the Indian newcomers, these three can be, players to watch out for. But yes, Kumar Kushagra will be playing for Delhi on Saturday against I think Punjab at Chandigarh.
Punjab.
This is going to happen. Yeah, that is it from my side for Delhi.
Within the first 10 minutes, we have a verdict into the 11 कि ये तो खेलेगा भाई.
Right.
I think if it comes to Delhi, I think I'm a little excited with their with Kuldeep and Akshar bowling in tandem on particularly on that Kotla pitch. I think having I think we don't know with the Lok Sabha election whether they will have all their matches in Delhi with the security issues and stuff. But Kuldeep and Akshar will be good to see on that. Kuldeep with his guile, of course, and Akshar, I mean, he has to get back his mojo if he has to, because he has a fair chance to be selected in our T20 World Cup squad. I mean, there have been no issues with his batting. His batting has been excellent. It's just that it's going to be a test for him to bring back his mojo with the ball. So then he is in with a real shout in the World Cup. So I mean, I'm just excited with that, and of course they have some raw pace in Andrit Notke and Jai Richardson, who can be also quick. So their bowling lineup. I mean, I always believe in T20 cricket. we all of us, sort of romanticize batting, but I think it's ultimately the bowlers which make a huge difference. So I think Delhi has got at least four really, really good bowlers. Of course, there is Mitch Marsh and Lalit Yadav. So the fifth bowling option between Khalil Ahmed, Mukesh Kumar, Ishant, I don't know whether he'll play or not, but could be a bit of an issue. But barring that, I think with their bowling, they've got it right for Kotla. So that's what I think Delhi should do well, hopefully. Of course, the batting firepower, I mean, if Mitch Marsh, Prithvi Shaw, whom at least Yashasvi, all of us actually have a
Yes.
soft connect. If he has a good outing, they can be a dangerous side, at least at home. So,
Yeah, I think they certainly have the firepower, both in batting and bowling. That's what I'll agree on. And I think Rishabh Pant coming back is a huge plus for them, to be honest. I just felt that there was a bit of a leadership vacuum created because of his absence. And given his success with India over the last few years, I think he is definitely a leadership material. And, I think Ponting also, for that matter, believes in him so much and, wants him in the side for his, magnetic personality, which kind of attracts a lot of positivity on the field as well. And I think that's something which is interesting to see. And I think it would also be interesting to see how he keeps wickets. I think that is the most important aspect for all of us as Indian cricket fans overall, right? To see how he goes with keeping, because with that accident, that's the most critical element when it comes to sitting down, getting up, and will he be able to take that load and stuff. So that will also determine whether he'll be picked. I mean, I see this IPL as a mega auction or a mega audition for the T20 World Cup squad, right? So I think whoever does
Right.
well here, because India hasn't played too many T20s in the last 2 or 3 months, right? So this
Right.
becomes a breeding ground or or an audition table for most of the youngsters who are performing in this IPL. So I think that's the way I'm kind of looking at it. And what's interesting is a lot of young Indian players have kind of become captains for their franchisees. So I think that also tells a story in terms of who's got that leadership material or that sense of responsibility or that sense of taking the team along with his own performance as well. So I think that kind of determines whether Rohit Sharma and Agarkar and all these guys will pick that kind of talent, who's not just a player but also a material that kind of augurs well for India in the future from a leadership standpoint too. Because I think we all know that Rohit is also aging, and this probably may be his last T20 World Cup. And then with Hardik Pandya's fitness issues as well, right? We need a backup option too. So I think this kind of becomes interesting from a standpoint of selection for Team India overall.
And before I go to Vanshaj,
I'm not predicting anything. I'm not predicting anything. I am not going to predict anything. I am just predicting which player will play. I'm going to be very politically correct in this show today.
Diplomatic
we'll
via, a
we'll
rare
see.
sight.
We'll see. RCB आएगा तब देखते हैं. Yes,
Jai
Vanshaj.
Karnataka.
Yeah,
Jai
I think
Karnataka.
everyone here has really summed up the DC squad. All I want to say is I'm looking at Kuldeep Yadav, how he fares, because he will be a crucial aspect for us going into the T20 World Cup. And one guy I was really impressed with last season was Abhishek Porel. I think he did a very decent job, and I think he may or may not get chances this year, but आगे जाके शायद उसको playing 11 में ले ले. But yeah, all in all, DC have assembled a good squad, but I don't think they will make it to the playoffs. They don't give me that confidence, regardless of Rishabh Pant coming back.
I agree. I,
Yeah.
I second that thought. The last part, I don't. Although they have a great firepower in bowling, also batting, also, but वो तो I think last year, barring Andrik Nokia, they had a decent bowling attack last year as well, but it failed consistently. Their batting also failed consistently. So batting failed
I think too
consistently.
much of chopping and changing happened last year with DC.
Exactly.
And that's a big
So that
issue
was
which we need to solve.
the case of both the teams at bottom two that finished
Yeah,
bottom two.
Correct.
right.
SRH and DC, both the teams had on paper, SRH was much better than DC, but both of them did a lot of changes through the tournament, and that is what hampered their success. And now let's go to Gujarat. Runners up 1 year, winners 1 year. Coming into this edition, they don't have their captain, they don't have their main fast bowler. They have assembled a 2015 pace battery from the World Cup,
Yep.
and that is going to go under the leadership coaching of a 2011 World Cup winner. और वो Rashid Khan is there, but Shubman Gill is the captain. Rashid Khan was the captain when Hardik Pandya was not there last year. So while we are talking about, हम हर बार ये पूरा टाइम हमारे ग्रुप पे चलता रहता है कि हार्दिक और रोहित में वो होगा, फ्रिक्शन होगा. तो ये हमने कभी बात नहीं की है. So now it just struck me कि राशिद के मन में कुछ नहीं होगा.
I think
think so.
Bajpai will be the right man to answer this.
Yeah, I think yes.
No, I'd not want to comment on, so I like what an individual goes through, or it's a very personal sort of thought process. So I mean, we're just going to indulge in guesswork if we were to comment on what they are going through. I think at the end of the day, all we wish is to see some great cricket, and these young Indian players performing to the best of their potential. So, I mean, with regard to Gujarat, what I would like to say is that they have a youngish team. Of course, to be very honest, on paper, it was like I would call it the Rajasthan Royals moment when the first IPL happened in 2008. Rajasthan Royals on paper felt to be the weakest team and were perceived to be the weakest team rather, and they won the IPL. So I think now Gujarat has has earned that respect that you can't write them off, or you write them off at your own peril. With regard to my only concern is the pace bowling. I was not sure, initially why they had even, sold Lockie Ferguson. I mean, I thought that somebody, he had that X factor who could, bowl with raw pace. But considering the form of, their spin bowling battery is in good stead with Sai Kishore, Noor Ahmed, and Rashid Khan. So the spin bowling shouldn't be a problem. I'm excited about seeing Spencer Johnson. I mean, whatever I've never seen him, but I've heard that he's quite pacey. Not having Shami is a big blow. I mean, I think Shami is underrated in white ball, and Shami is somebody who would have been a great, new ball bowler, particularly on the Ahmedabad pitch, which has a little bit of bounce and juice initially. So I think Shami is going to be a bigger blow, and yeah, as Mahesh rightly mentioned, I think Gujarat will miss Shami more than Pandya. So
I think is it safe to say, Bhash, that Shami is probably the best all format bowler for India at the moment, be it T20s, be it ODIs, be it Tests. I think he can just literally perform in all three departments, right? All three formats.
I agree. Probably after Bumrah. I mean, it's just a personal.
Yeah, of course.
Bumrah,
I mean, Bumrah as well, but I'm just saying that off late, if you see, I mean,
late, yeah.
during the time that Bumrah was absent for a long time, but
Absolutely.
And
Undoubtedly.
even if you see the 2022 T20 World Cup in Australia, a lot of people were saying when Bumrah got injured, people were saying Deepak Chahar should be coming. I was one of them. I was one of them who had said that Deepak Chahar should have been coming in, not Shami, because Shami had a very poor 2021 T20 World Cup. But immediately when he came in, the game against Pakistan, the game against Bangladesh game was very tight. If you remember, it was a very tight game, and the way he bowled, and the game against South Africa, which we lost, but the way
You
he
can't
was
forget the
bowling,
warm-up game which India played that
correct,
season against Australia.
the
Yeah.
four ball full wicket.
Yeah,
Which Australia was running away with the game.
right.
Virat Kohli takes a one-handed catch on long
Yeah.
on, I think,
Yeah.
and then everything turns in India's favor. So Shami, even in the World Cup, he showed what he did.
Yeah, I think the 2021 World Cup, I'll just say it was an aberration because of the fact that it was too much skewed in favor of the teams batting first, right? I mean, that was
Batting second.
Yeah, batting second. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's something which Dew had played a huge role in it as well. So I won't.
And most importantly, what I feel, I'm so sorry, what I feel at that point of time was, a lot of, that bio bubble, the bio bubble fatigue had come into the Indian players. They were not looking fresh. No Indian player was looking fresh. What they were looking in the World Cup, in the 23 World Cup, fresh. Everybody was fresh, even though they were playing cricket regularly. Everybody was playing. Rahul was playing. Kohli, everybody, Sharma, everybody was playing, but everybody was fresh on the match day. So that is what that is another thing. But if you see Gujarat Titans at this moment, I feel they again have a very good bowling. They have some good Indian bowlers, again very good Indian bowlers. Umesh Yadav, Mohit Sharma, Sushant Mishra. They have Darshan Nalkande again, and the spinners which they have. And they shouldn't forget Shah Rukh Khan has started to bowl. In TNPL, Shah Rukh Khan, the bowler, was a purple cap holder. So he can ball, and if required, this is actually a team which Nehra like. See so many all-rounders. There's Tewatia there is Shah Rukh Khan there. Then if he requires, Kane Williamson can bowl a little. So he has the flexibility of using the players.
They also have Kartik Tyagi.
Yeah, they have Kartik. Oh, how can I forget Kartik Tyagi? SRH did a blunder by leaving him away. By giving him away, big blunder. They could have said Natarajan, or maybe a Natarajan could have been set away. But Kartik Tyagi is a big time blunder, which they did, in my opinion. But again, very good Indian buys they had. The way they went behind Robin Mins. A lot of people don't know about Robin Mins, but Robin Mins is a fringe cricketer. The way Rohit Sharma had come into the picture, he is the same way. He comes in, he is a proper tribal build. I'm not being racist or I'm not being anything. Please don't tell YR is being racist. He is a complete strong man, comes in and smashes the ball. And not many people know he's a very good keeper. The
Keeper
stumping
from Jharkhand.
keeper from Jharkhand, he has actually, because, you see a person, because when he started playing, when he was 15, 16, Mahendra Singh Dhoni was coming out and he was there at the JSCA stadium, and he used to look, Dhoni used to look after these young guys who were coming, the keepers. He also used to do the keeping practices, and these guys also used to do the practice. They saw and they learned. They took that, how he catches the ball and stumps quickly. So he's a very good keeper. And again, in the future, maybe somebody who could captain the team as well, because he has done very well with the Jharkhand under 21 and under 23 team as well. So Robin Mills, another player. I don't know what is the situation with.
I think I'll add on to this. Yashasvi also has a 11 of who can captain India in the future.
Oh yes.
No, this actually everybody has. This is not mine. This actually everybody over here has. Now Jitesh Sharma is the vice captain of Punjab Kings. Now what do you expect?
Which is a surprise, to be honest. I was taken aback
Yeah.
because of
No,
the fact
because
that, yeah. I mean, I'm happy for him. It's just that I didn't expect it.
because even if you see, Sam Curran had captained Punjab last year when Shikhar Dhawan was injured. So it was like, what is going on? Sam Curran could be a very good option as a captain as well. So yeah, I was talking about Mins. I don't know what is the situation, because there are a lot of people who are saying that he will be left out of the team because of that bike accident which he had on his Kawasaki. But again, he is in the ground. He is practicing with the team. Still, we'll have to see. Maybe Saha will get the first nod ahead, given the experience and what he has done for the franchise. So let's see how it goes about. But if Gujarat, Gujarat will be in the mid of the table. I'm not having a lot of expectations because that Hardik and Shami factor is not there. But I seriously feel there would be five or six.
Okay. Do we have anything to be added, or should we go move on?
One addition, I think we missed out Azmatullah Omarzai, who has been an excellent buy for GT. I feel personally, because what he brings to the table is all-round skills, and he had a splendid World Cup to begin with. So I think that comes into picture, and I think he's someone who can make it to the playing 11 as well. So he brings that depth to the squad as well, and let's see where he goes.
Now, one of the reasons I want Gujarat and Delhi to do well is, of course, Rishabh Pant coming back as captain and Gill being the captain. I really hope that, their future, I mean, at least touted to be Indian captains. So I really want the two franchises to do well. I'm not sure about the playoff chances, but I really hope, we see that leadership qualities now, because at least unlike Ruturaj at CSK, they don't have any other personality who can actually overshadow them. So I would like to see both these teams with young Indian skippers doing well. I mean, it'll be a test of their captaincy, but I really hope that Gujarat and of course they have as Yashasvi mentioned and Vinu mentioned, they have young excite. I mean, we look at IPL as a breeding ground for young Indian cricketers. What Gujarat and Delhi have in plenty is young, exciting Indian cricketers. So you want them to do well. At least a couple of them, you want them to do well. So let's see. I mean, Robin Mins and Lalit Yadav, or I mean, Prithvi Shaw. So Yeah, let's see. Let's hope.
One more guy I'm looking forward to is Sai Sudarshan, left-handed batsman
Oh,
who did
absolutely.
excellently well in the final. He played a knock of 96, and he also made his debut for the Indian team as well. So I think he's a promising youngster, and we will also have a look at him this IPL season because again the T20 World Cup is around the corner. Again, he is not someone who will make it into the playing 11, but again a future prospect as well.
I think so. Sai Sudarshan should make it into the playing 11. I don't think
If he does, that will be
any
brilliant.
doubt. Yeah.
I think he had a successful county season as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
true.
No, but the way he, the way he played the ODIs against South Africa.
True.
Sorry, Bajpai. The way he played the ODIs against South Africa, it felt a mature head was there on the shoulders, and the way he was playing was, showed a little bit of calm because the way he was batting was excellent. I felt he would be used. Even Vijay Shankar is there. One of them would be used as an impact sub. That we'll understand once the game starts.
Right.
You cannot at this moment sitting over here without knowing the conditions of the pitch. You won't be able to tell who is going to be an impact sub or who is not going to be. So this point of time, we can just discuss the players or maybe the team.
I think the coming to Sai Sudarshan, one last point. The only chink in his armor that I have observed is in the incoming ball around the wicket right-hander. He tends to fall off, and he's a LBW candidate. Maybe his leg side play is the only chink in his armor. I think he's an excellent offside player, but his leg side play is something that I hope he's worked on. I mean, I'm sure the Nera and all these coaches. That's just one worry of mine against a new ball. Which I mean, his leg side. Maybe his footwork, or maybe just the fact that he falls over. That's just one thing that he has to work on. Otherwise, I think he's an excellent player of spin and pace.
Also, one
Okay,
last
so
point. I
now
think GT did a blunder by leaving out Alzari Joseph. I think they could have persisted with him because, again, he brings that oomph factor to the bowling lineup and also can bat a bit. So I think personally they could have persisted with Alzari Joseph क्योंकि अगर लॉकी फर्गसन को तुमने already छोड़ दिया है तो I think Joseph is someone who could have brought that surety into the bowling attack because Shami has been injured. So yeah, that's my opinion.
The problem with Gujarat was they were hoping to get Mitch Stark in, and they were
True.
planning to have the Stark Shami duo.
True.
That is why they went up to 25. And when they thought, okay, chala gaya, they went for all the money on Shah Rukh Khan and Spencer Johnson.
Right.
You never know, Yashasvi. That could have been a strategy as well to make the other team buy him at a higher price.
Could be.
Yeah.
Again, could be.
Yep.
Mitchell Stark was a perfect segue to go into the next team, but our viewers don't want it that way.
I think Stark has secured his
Bring
retirement.
it on. Come on. Let's get on with it.
All right.
Bajpai,
Shoot.
the floor is
Stage is
yours.
yours.
Okay, let me go on mute.
No. Are we actually going to talk about CSK?
Yes,
It's a public
yes.
demand.
It is
Public
going
demand.
on.
Public demand.
Demand. Yep.
Whatever little public is seeing as public demand.
Public headline of the show is coming.
No, I'm just honestly, I'm a bit bemused by today's decision. I think we talk about the sponsors, we talk about the fan base. I just think this kind of shock and awe is actually unnecessary. I mean, there's always justifications in this post-truth world that Dhoni tweeted something that I'm very excited for the next season in a new role. I mean, this lack of clarity and the CSK CEO mentioning that I was told only 1 hour in advance. I think this has gone on for far too long, and somebody has to call it out. When with his test retirement, he decided randomly to give up test retirement when we were miserably failing in Australia. With regard to his T20 captaincy, my thoughts, I mean, at least to all of you, it's very clear that, I mean, somebody who's never had a man of the match in 98 T20 shouldn't have captained India for so long. And now, I just hope that whatever CSK, if they do well, the plaudits should go to Ruturaj, and if they do badly, I mean, of course, Ruturaj is to blame. Let the shadow of Dhoni, now stop. I mean, there has to be somebody has to call it out. This is going on for far too long. Ravindra Jadeja was given 3 or 4 matches, and now he's touted as a poor captain with 3 or 4 matches in an IPL. In a tournament like IPL, I'm not so sure, that 3 or 4 matches are a benchmark for any captain. So now that they've gone with Ruturaj, I mean, I really hope, because again, he is somebody who had started batting with a lot of flair and with a lot of freedom. At least in the last season, we saw a wide range of shots when he played. He hasn't been able to replicate that consistently in international cricket, but at least for CSK, he's been doing really, really well. I'm just worried about. Nobody's talking about Ruturaj Gaikwad. I'm just worried about him as a player, as a batsman, when he has all these things in his head. Whether he'll be able to be the free-flowing attacking batsman. And as I said, somebody has to call out this nonsense that is going on with CSK, where if there is one stumping, or God forbid one brilliant catch, and a close match of CSK will be won, the entire credit will be solely and only given to Dhoni, of that one catch being the game changer of the match. And this is not healthy for a team sport. And I mean, I have my views, which I've sometimes discussed on WhatsApp as well. But yeah.
So I'll just add to what Bhash said here. I just felt that
And then I will.
uh,
All Thala lovers together. All Thala lovers together.
see, I think another potential error which I feel that CSK might have made is making Ruturaj a captain while Dhoni is still in the side, right? And that kind of creates another confusing element wherein this happened in the Jadeja scheme of things as well, right? Wherein he was not really calling the shots and Dhoni was, right? And even in this aspect, the whole point of doing this is giving the youngster a chance to express himself and learn the art of captaincy, right? Yes, you need a mentor, but if the mentor is overpowering you at a stage wherein you are already the captain, whereas the other guy is also calling the shot, then it becomes confusing, right? Then the entire thing will come to a stage wherein, if Dhoni retires supposedly after this season, right, will Ruturaj be able to do this? And I'm not saying he will. I'm just saying that as a hypothetical situation, right? At some stage he will, right? Hopefully. So I think from that angle, right, will Ruturaj be able to take up that mantle himself alone, right? That is something to see as well, because then you are sending confusing signals to the youngster that he's there on the field to support you. Yes, it's good to have support. Then you're making somebody the captain to make that person reliable, self-reliant, and call the shots himself, right? And also take responsibility. So I think that is where I feel that there is a bit of lack of clarity. CSK tried this, a couple of seasons ago with making Jadeja the captain, but I'm just kind of thinking whether they should have, like Bhash said, whether they should have continued that as from a long-term perspective, unless Jadeja himself came and said that I don't want to take up this role, which is slightly unlikely given his stature in international cricket today, where he is. And if he was a completely young gun, I can understand that the pressure got to him. But I don't think pressure would have got to Jadeja. It's more about somebody being there in the team, and them being overpowered by that personality, or by that godly figure. My 2 cents.
I'll add to this and say that there are a few hypothetical situations that I want to create right now. If they were to do good to them right now this season, then obviously the credit is going to go to Dhoni, because Dhoni will be seen setting fields for certain bowlers, and then that will get you wickets, and then everything that is happening on the field while the side is fielding is all thanks to Dhoni. And while they are batting, it's obviously the two batters who are on the field are going to do the job for you. But then if Ajinkya Rahane is firing this year as well, Shivam Dubey is firing this year as well, then it is again all thanks to Dhoni. So that narrative continues, or whether they are fielding or they are batting. If the side doesn't do well, then the other side is kisi. That moment you take the captaincy away from Dhoni, the side crumbles. So give it back to Dhoni. Next year, the second hypothetical situation is that next year, whatever happens, next year, if they do well and Dhoni is not in the side, then it would be good to see how the fans react and what they have to say then. Because now Dhoni is not there. Who are you crediting it to? And if they are not doing well, then again the same story continues. See, the moment Dhoni is not there, you are not a good side anymore. So one season is going to make it or break it for Ruturaj Gaikwad. The fans, although great fans of Dhoni, great fans of Chennai, whatever the case, but they are very impatient with other captains. They are very impatient with other people in the leadership role. And I would like to add on to a little more details to what Bhash sir said, that when it is nonsense, because when the captain comes on to the post match presentation and says that when you are showing those catches of the season, why is my catch not included in that? Because I thought it was a great catch. Next
Yes.
day, the catch is added to the montage. So I don't know what is going on. Yes,
Now,
Yashasvi, you are raising yellow.
Apart from that, the highlighter of this whole hola of Dhoni finally finishing at CSK, and Gavaskar, a man of the stature of Sunil Gavaskar, rushing in between a post-match interview to get his shirt signed. I mean, there has to be some closure. I mean, some sense of closure to this nonsense, where you make a person larger than life, and then every act of his is amplified to an extent where any captain or any player, who may be doing well, it's just really unfortunate for a young player at CSK. I mean, if I were to just give an example, Jagdishan had a brilliant season when Dhoni was not doing well and CSK was not doing well. He failed, unfortunately, in one or two matches, and then he was, I mean, the famous comment that he didn't see spark. In fact, ironically, Dhoni never saw spark in Gaikwad also, so I'm a bit bemused as to how he's been made captain. Maybe change of thoughts or change of beliefs, I hope. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that it's too much of this larger than life figure, and I don't mean to sound, I mean, again, racist or something, but maybe it's a Tamil Nadu thing with the greatest respect. They make people larger than life, and that's how it is. I mean, the politicians to the Rajnika, that's how it is, which is fine for them. But once the media and the broadcasters also toe that line, it gets a bit annoying as a cricket fan, where the cricket is put on the back burner.
And not just with Dhoni only, Bhash, even in the World Cup last year, right? With the entire Kohli narrative as well, right? That kind of
Absolutely.
gets irritating after a while to see. And, then you're not focusing on the game per se. It is just, building superstars and just saying the same narrative again and again. And, then there's no quality in broadcasting or even in the commentary, right? It's just about hearing what they want to say, right? Rather than what you want to hear. So that's where I feel that, there has to be some sense of sanity.
And I
Just
hope
one line, one
tomorrow in
just
the preview show we don't have 1 hour on how Dhoni has sacrificed for the greater good of the country. I mean, I just hope that narrative doesn't start, and it's we talk cricket and about the IPL.
You have just given out an idea to Star Sports today.
and Geo Cinema as well. They're not going to stop.
yeah. Continue, Yashasvi, continue.
Yeah. Now, more than Dhoni narrative, I want to put something else into perspective. Now, CSK have 3 India captains in them and 3 successful India captains. Now, keep Dhoni aside, what he is doing at the moment, but Dhoni was a very successful India captain, 3 ICC trophies. Rahane has not lost a test match as captain. While being the captain, he has only lost one T20 game. Not a ODI, not a test match, one T20 game. That also against Zimbabwe in 2015. Rituraj Gaikwad is an Asian Games gold medalist captain. Now, I say this to everybody. The day Gaikwad retires, under his name, it will be written former India captain, Asian Games gold medalist. So, and the way he had captained in Asian Games, it was commendable because he was the best thing. What was there was he was captaining a team which had players of his age. He had Rinku, he had Sai Kishore, Washington Sundar, Mukesh Kumar. All these guys were there. Akashdeep was also there. So that gave him a leverage of captain. Now the question comes over here is, can he do the same when he is captaining players like Rahane, Dhoni, maybe a Daryl Mitchell, Mustafizur Rahman, who doesn't understand Hindi or English? The only language he understands is Bengali, and the only person who talks Bengali in this team is, fortunately or unfortunately, Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Now again, Mustafizur does well, Dhoni will be credited. But again, that is the thing, That is the. I didn't say anything. I'm just giving facts. But again, over here, Gaikwad will need to come into his own and say, listen, I understand that you are a very big player. I know you won't listen to me. You can help me on the pitch, but let me lead this team. Let me build my CV as a captain. And as Subhajita said, that I can make a 11 of, no, Prashant said, sorry, I can make a 11 of, playing 11 of India captain. Maybe he can give himself a look in there. So again, he needs to stand up to the authorities, to everybody, say, listen, you have made me the captain. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, you have made me the captain. Trust me. Give me a chance. Let's see how it goes. But I don't know how it will go out with the fans.
We are too optimistic to think that Ruturaj is going to do that. Go up to Dhoni and say, I am the captain.
No.
For starters, if Ruturaj Gaikwad sends Dhoni in a difficult position in a run chase when the run rate is above 9, and he allows him to bat or not bat anytime he puts him in when the score is not, when the side is not doing well, except 19.3, that's enough for me to afford respect to Ruturaj. If he can do that, I'll be happy. That's all I have to say.
Mostly what, I'll tell you one more thing. What is going on in my head, conspiracy theories which is going on in my head is, now I'll tell you something. In 2013, when CSK had lost to MI in the finals, Sachin was being interviewed by Gavaskar and everybody after the win. And Sachin had said that this is my last IPL. I'm not going to play after this. And Gavaskar had requested, play one more game. Play one more game at Mumbai and just go. He said no. Maybe Mahendra Singh Dhoni might have heard this story, and tomorrow he will come all of a sudden after CSK defeating RCB. We all know RCB is losing tomorrow. We all know. Please don't expect anything from RCB. When RCB comes, I will talk.
I am wearing a better version of their current jersey right now. You can't be saying.
भाई वो डिलीवरी बॉयज लगते हैं, इधर डिलीवरी लिखा हुआ है, इधर कतार एयरवेज लिखा हुआ है छाती पे. अब मैं क्या बोलूं, गाली ना निकले मुंह से, कंट्रोल करना पड़ेगा उसके लिए. तो वही होता है. So what I think, this could be a conspiracy theory. This is a conspiracy theory. But again, we should not, now I will again, just want to deviate a little bit from Dhoni and talk about the buys which they have had. 3 fantastic buys.
So the conspiracy theory was that tomorrow he'll retire.
Yes, tomorrow after the game he'll retire.
Okay.
And that would be his gift to the fans. I come, play one game, make this big muscles, this big hairs, and run with a vest and get lost.
No, sorry, that won't happen.
I know that won't happen, but I wish that happens, because
too much money
he has invested
for the team, for sponsors, and I think this probably is a story, fairy tale ending where they
conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
He has also invested in new kneecaps for this year. He can't be playing only one match and going on.
No, but honestly, there is too much Dhoni narrative, and being a big time Dhoni fan, this is actually irritating us as well. The problem what I see is, I'll be very honest, I can't see that guy come and not hit and limp so much. He has done a lot for the country, and they say leave respectfully rather than becoming a villain, which he's actually becoming now. So, and this time also CSK has done a very good thing. I'll tell you, they have actually bought in a good Indian keeper. A keeper who is Indian keeper, I'm talking about, who has had a very good season. Aravelli Avnish is actually a very good keeper. He comes at 6 and 7, finishes the game, and for the under-19 team, he was finishing the game. He's batting very well, keeps quite well, and so maybe if Dhoni is not fit, Avnish can come in. I don't know if this is going to happen. We had talked about a lot of players in the past also, if they would get an opportunity or not. But again, this is again a thought of mine, a piece of my head. and I really feel good that they invested in Rachin Ravindra and Daryl Mitchell. Actually, Daryl Mitchell is going to give them what Ben Stokes couldn't give them. A fit man can ball you overs in the middle, can bat through. If you lose two, three early wickets, he will bat till the end. And again, he is a complete team man. Good fielder, good batter, good bowler, gives you the complete package. So let's see how it goes. Will be nice to see if Rizvi gets a game. Rizvi, Sindhu, Sheikh Rashid, these three boys, again, these three boys might get a look in. You never know what is going to happen or not. But, I will be very happy to see Nishant Sindhu get a game. Because in the ACC Emerging Cup last year, just after the IPL, he was the man of the series, player of the tournament, sorry. And he has something in him because I might go overboard, you may say, but I feel that he has it in him which can make him a good leader in the coming days. And maybe after Gaikwad, if you're looking for a person, maybe you can tilt your eyeballs towards Nishant Sindhu.
Okay. Uh, we'll just quickly. Yeah, Vanchad, you have something to say?
I
You
think
have
I'll just
something
keep
on
it short because we have talked enough about Dhoni and stuff. So yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction. Being a Dhoni fan, I'm saying this, yes, it's a step in the right direction because sooner or later he needs to go. And I think थोड़ा left-hander की तरफ मेरा
sooner,
bias है.
sooner,
I think
sooner, sooner.
yes, and my left-handed bias will say कि हाँ, Rachin Ravindra is a very good buy, and I think he can be an orange cap contender. Let's see, hopefully.
Venu,
I am
what you
I am
mentioned and
very sure.
actually mentioned by Wasim Jafar today, what Venu has alluded to, there was this chat with Wasim Jafar, and Wasim Jafar mentioned exactly what Venu mentioned, that whilst Dhoni is there, anybody who will take up as CSK captain will unfortunately is destined to live in his shadow. So Wasim Jafar had mentioned in his chat on Crick Info that he'd prefer a captain, somebody captaining CSK with Dhoni as a coach, mentor, whatever he can play as a role, but without him being in the playing 11. So that is what I think. Yeah, Wasim Jafar has actually gone on record mentioning.
Yeah, I think otherwise it will be
I'll
pretty much, a remote control captaincy.
And wicket keepers inherently set fields, no? So you see how it
Exactly.
goes.
And you
I
yeah,
can
think we did
yeah.
discuss this earlier
expect
as
the
well.
commentary team to go gaga over that as well, right? You can still
Oh
see
yeah.
who's the leader setting the
That
field.
one glove will point in one direction and there'll be a magical catch. The catch will be forgotten, but just the positioning will be remembered.
And it will be shown in the greatest catch of the season montage also.
Yeah.
So
अरे
now
remember he's a
I
पार्ट टाइम क्रिकेटर यार. इतना फोकस नहीं करना चाहिए. हटाओ इस पार्ट टाइम क्रिकेटर को. आगे चलो.
I think we are. I am quite sure. I'm 99.9% sure that we are the only channel on YouTube who went overboard in criticizing Dhoni and not actually talking good things about Dhoni
But in
only.
conclusion, we can also guess कि हाँ CSK playoff तक तो आ ही जाएगा. Is what I think. Barring all this Dhoni and stuff,
दे-
I think CS playoff तक तो आ
देखते
जाएगा.
हैं, देखते हैं, देखते हैं, देखते हैं।
100%.
जडेजा कैप्टन था कुछ हुआ नहीं हुआ तो फिर
So
क्या
Gaikwad is a good captain. Yeah, Jadeja no, is like, let's see. Na? I think
anyway
even if Gaikwad
we now
does
we now still have we are already 50 minutes into the stream and we still have 6
yes,
teams left.
yes.
Six
This
or
guys
seven.
take a we discussed we have only done 3. We have 7 teams left. Wow. We'll quickly run through a couple of teams and then we'll go to Mumbai Indians. So we have KKR and Lucknow. Lucknow तो वंशज हमको छोड़ेगा नहीं.
वंशज
लखनऊ
स्टार्ट
पूरा
कर.
जर्सी वसूल करेगा अभी.
बस केकेआर और
So
एलएसजी
we'll
दोनों
first
वंशज को दे दे.
पहले KKR के we'll run through KKR. This year is going to be obviously around Rinku. The team will be built around Rinku. I'm hoping. I'm almost quite sure. And but the team will also be built around Gautam Gambhir. So your thoughts?
Ironic that we went to Gambhir right from Dhoni.
A quick thought, just a quick thought. Chandu Pandit and Gautam Gambhir may be two very heavy-headed people in the cricket fraternity, But if they come together properly, it's going to be a big dhamaka. It's going to be attack on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. If these two can get together, it's going to be a fantastic season for KKR. And also, the middle order, perfect. Iyer, Rana, Rinku, and what is that guy's name? Russell,
Russell.
fantastic. Huh. Correct.
I would have been actually happy if KKR made Rinku the vice captain. I'm just my opinion. I mean, based on his performances and his stature in
Who
the
is the
game.
current vice captain of KKR? Like, is it
Nitish
Russell?
Rana.
Nitish Rana hoga.
Rana
Nitish
Nitish
Rana.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, probably like Punjab did with Jitesh, which was a surprise. I just thought this would have been more apt, given the way Rinku has conducted himself and played in the last few years in KKR. He's been a regular and he's been a performer as well. So I think that's just my thought.
Parth, sir?
Yeah, no, I think KKR has a very exciting middle order, and I think they have an excellent set of bowlers. With Sunil Narayan still having a bit of his mojo, Mitchell Stark. I think as I keep harping on. I mean, I may sound like a broken trumpet. I think KKR has some very good bowlers and some really exciting batting. I just hope Venkatesh Iyer is given a chance to bowl this season, because we need to have some all-rounder in place of Hardik Pandya, because considering Pandya's fragile body, I just really hope that he's not used as an impact sub. I think last time he was used purely as an impact sub, so his bowling. I think he's good. I mean, I think his pace is also in the mid 130s, or therein and thereabout. So I just hope that ultimately, I mean, as we all would agree, that what is the ultimate gain for Indian cricket from the IPL? That's what when a season concludes, that's one thing that we all sort of discuss about. We can discuss it, prior to the World Cup. But I just really hope that Venkatesh Iyer gets a fair run and is not used as an impact player. But yeah, KKR with their middle order, I think they have the most dangerous. I mean, they're easily probably the most dangerous middle order in the entire IPL. Considering just ball striking ability and the composure of, say, a Rinku Singh and an Andrew Russell. I mean, it's scary. I mean, if you have 40 or 30 or 40 or 50 runs of the last two and a half overs, if there's any team that I think would make a real fist of it, that's KKR. Yeah.
I think the moment we stop talking about Chennai Super Kings, our viewership has dropped quite a bit. But we'll have to go on. So yeah, KKR. I hope they don't change their opening pair so much this year. They stick
They
with.
had 7 to 8 players they tried out last season, which is a
I
quite.
hope they open with Venkatesh Iyer.
Gurbaz and
I hope
Venkatesh
they
Iyer is
open
what
with
I think we
Venkatesh
should do
Iyer.
it.
हाँ, गुरबाज के साथ
Yeah.
जाना पड़ेगा क्योंकि नहीं तो फिर they don't have a keeper, right? No one else keep.
They have, I think, they have keepers in the form of. I think they have Phil
KS
Salt
Bharat.
as well. They have Phil Salt as well, who can keep
Yeah.
a bit. He's not a regular keeper, but he can keep a bit.
They have three keepers at the moment: Gurbaz, Salt, and KSB.
KS Bharat.
KS Bharat. So if they want to go with an additional batter in the middle order, foreign batter, so they might go for a Phil Salt would open. Who can they go for? If they want to play Manish Pandey as well, so maybe a KSB can come in, or they want to go for a foreign fast bowler. So
I think Suyash Sharma and Manish Pandey could be their impact sub switch.
Impact subs, yeah, right.
And even these
Yes.
guys have Dushmanta Chamira.
Right.
Chamira can also be a very good utility player with the ball. He has
They
done
also have
well.
Chetan Sakaria as well. I think. I hope
Gus
he gets.
Atkinson
He's going to
playing.
get all the.
Yeah.
Is Gus Atkinson also going to play?
I was about
No,
to say
Gus
Gus
Atkinson
Atkinson.
is injured. Gus Atkinson is injured.
Oh.
He's gone.
Sad. That's sad. I hope Mitchell Stark lasts for 14 games. I think that's the worry I think KKR should be having right now. नहीं तो फिर 24 करोड़ तो गए तुम्हारे पानी में.
I
I don't
sincerely
mind
hope
him
he
getting
gets
injured
injured.
in the 14th game and not playing against India, because we're going to so I don't mind.
I sincerely hope he gets in. I sincerely hope Rinki Singh hits him on the head and he's gone. Matlab, from
This
the
is destructive,
series, one whole year.
destructive injury.
I think there's one guy I would like to name from the KKR squad. 19-year-old Saqib Hussain. We won't have heard much of him, but I think I saw a few videos which KKR had posted on their handles, and he looks to be a very good bowler who can bring that X factor to the team. He was like KKR had a couple of practice games which they streamed live on their Instagram story as well, and I did see a couple of deliveries he bowled. It was really good. I think going ahead into the season, I think that if they want to rotate a few bowlers to basically rest them, I think this guy can come in.
No, another fast bowler who comes from that belt of Bihar and Jharkhand.
Yeah.
After Mukesh and Akash Deep, another fast bowler, Mukesh, obviously Bhajpai's favorite. So another fast bowler, but
Fast
not
bowler
heard
is a bit of a misnomer there, but anyway, yeah.
yeah, but not much about him. So could be somebody like Rasikdar or Chetan Sakaria when they had come in. So let's give him a chance. Maybe in later of the tournament,
Later
maybe
in
he
the
could.
season. Yeah.
I think what would be interesting is the kind of wickets we get at Eden Gardens. Will it be the same slow, low turners, or will it be a flat deck? I think
I
that
think the fact that Narayan, Chakravarti, and Suyash Sharma both, like the three of
exactly.
them, sorry, play in the 11. I think that tells the fact that they are going to the spin way.
Yes.
We saw it last season as well with the slow and turning pitches
तो
of Eden
स्टार्क क्या
Garden.
करेगा? तो स्टार्क क्या करेगा?
Stark
पैर पकड़
in
के जाएगा.
which
गुलाब
right
जामुन खाएगा, रसगुल्ला खाएगा.
I think they'll go back to the tracks that they had in 2014, 2015 when
I
Gautam
think they'll
Gambhir
make the
was there.
playoff. I think they may just make it through.
ये मेरे को नहीं लगता है, but anyway, we'll go to
I think-
Lucknow now. Lucknow has the highest number of all-rounders. They have
All-rounders.
11 all-rounders. They have 11 all-rounders.
and I must admit, this is the first time I've ever seen somebody wearing a Lucknow jersey as a fan. I've never seen anyone.
First something to start with.
Yeah, but I think you are right, Prasham. In terms of the all-rounders, definitely it's interesting the way they have picked a squad. It looks like they're kind of going the England T20 style way, wherein they're picking, I won't say bits and pieces cricketers, but cricketers who can contribute in all departments, that's something which is pretty interesting to see. And I think they've done fairly well given that they are a new entrant, just like GT, right? It's been quite a ride for them in the last 2 years as well. And given that KL Rahul also got injured last year, so it's not been a bad side at all.
I actually feel for Krunal Pandya. Krunal Pandya had captained well last year, if you see. Not very good, not extremely disappointing. He still took the team to the playoffs. And he was a good captain, which I felt. And I felt it was a bit harsh on Pandya, Krunal Pandya, that he was not retained as the vice captain. And Puran was made. So I felt a little harsh on him. But again, Lucknow has a very good setup. If you see the all-rounders, you have Stoinis, you have Badoni, you have Hutta, Krunal Pandya, Mayers, Perak Mankad, and Arshin Kulkarni. Again, Arshin Kulkarni, under-19 player. David Willey they have brought in. So they have...
David Willey has been ruled out from the start of the season with an injury. So I think
Okay.
Naveen will be there, like the fourth
Naveen
overseas
will
slot. Naveen will make it in.
So, the best thing is that they have bowlers who can bat at 120, 130. So, a lot of bowling all-rounders. So, again, Lucknow is a very good team. They will find a way to, win games in a stretch. So, no, nothing to be, talked about a lot on them.
I think as someone who supports LSG, I would want कि यार eliminator curse है ना जो दो साल से हो रहा है वो बस निकल जाए. We play well, we come into the eliminator and get destroyed by the opposition. So I think we can go all the way to the final this time. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And I think they did a good job by bringing in Ashton Turner. He may not make the playing 11 straight away, but I think he's someone who will come into the picture as the season progresses.
He might.
Don't remind
he
me of
might.
Ashton, man. That's one
Langer.
from India.
Don't remind Ashton
I was
Turner
there at
to.
Mohali.
He was there on the ground.
Even Justin Langer is the coach now, so I think.
No, but I'm not so sure of Lucknow spin bowling. I mean, barring Bishnoi, if the pitches are similar to the one that we had in the India-England game, who is their really good second spinner? I'm sorry, but with respect, Krunal Pandya doesn't instill that kind
There
of
is Amit
confidence.
Mishra.
Manimaran
Mishra
Siddharth.
is now again,
LSG का थाला है ना Amit Mishra.
Yeah, but I'm not so sure. So the spin bowling is something that is a slight
No,
because
Bajpai, they have bought in Manimaran Siddharth, he had a very good, domestic tournament.
Right.
He was good in SMAT and he was good in VHT. So maybe could get a look in. But again, Amit Mishra is there. Then you have Krunal Pandya is there. But again, how long
There are
will
people like Krishnappa
But
Gautam and Deepak Huda who can bowl off
Gautam
spin
is
as well.
there?
can they change the nature of the Lucknow track? I'm not so sure because see, they have good hit the deck bowlers: Shamar Joseph, Shivam
Yeah.
Mavi, and I think
Naveen Ulak.
Naveen Ulak.
Naveen Ulak can swing the new ball. So I think they have a decent pace battery, exciting pace battery. But I'm not so sure about their spin bowling quotient. I mean, even Kyle Mayers can be skiddy actually. So
I'm pretty excited about Shamar Joseph, to be honest.
absolutely.
What he did in
So I
Australia.
sincerely hope, I
And again,
sincerely
Lanjar is
hope
the
about
coach.
I sincerely hope about a player like Shamar Joseph is that he plays well, doesn't get into the pressure of the franchise cricket,
Right.
just plays the way he played in Australia, comes in, bangs the ball, does a little bit with the ball, and just goes away.
One
Nothing
guy I
else.
want to mention when we are talking about LSG, I think I've been mentioning him in the group as well. This is Yash Thakur. I think I was really impressed with the way he played, especially against MI. He had a wonderful, like he had a decent season, and I think he's someone who can also be the skiddy bowler we will need.
Good point.
Yeah.
You brought up a very good point. Now I'll tell you. MI buys a few bowlers, and then after MI polishes
Mohsin,
them, gives them a couple of chances. LSD takes them. Yudhvir, Charak, Mohsin Khan, Mohammad Arshad
yes,
Khan has also been brought in by Lucknow. So
yes,
three of them now. So again, it will be very interesting to see how Lucknow utilizes these bowlers. And it was Gautam Gambhir who had actually asked Mohsin to start practicing with the new ball.
true.
So and was brought into the team in the 2021 season. So let's see how it goes. I hope Mohsin is fit. I really hope Mohsin is fit. If Mohsin remains fit, it will be a very good thing.
Okay,
Yep.
yes. So we have already crossed the 1 hour mark. So we'll now fasten the pace again. And before we move on to the next team, Bhaskar is the second best spinner that Lucknow has in Aston.
I think Prasham.
Prasham, what did you say? Come again?
I said the second best spinner that Lucknow has is Aston Turner.
Arey, bhai.
Now let's go to Punjab Kings. Quickly run through their squad. I am sure they are not making it to the playoffs. Did we say more?
So are we discussing, are they going to be number 10, 9 or 8? What are we trying to discuss with Punjab?
They love
I
number
think
6
that is
6 पे दे देंगे.
Just one wish
because
for
they
Punjab. Just one wish for Punjab. Please play Sikandar Raza all the games.
Please, I think I second this opinion.
Please.
I really do.
I don't care.
How
You
can
have
you
to
bench
drop
someone
Liam
who was your
Livingston.
player of the match in the last game, literally the last game, and you bench him? Like, what is the thought process? I
Don't
really
care
don't
if you
understand
have
with
to leave
Punjab.
Sam Curran, Liam Livingston, but please play Mr. Sikandar Raza all the games.
Also, one
Apart from
question for
that,
everyone out
thumbs
here:
up.
who opens for Punjab Kings? Will it be Prab Simran and Shikhar Dhawan, or Shikhar Dhawan or Bairstow?
You have to get best.
best of.
Yeah.
Best of any day. Best of any day.
Right.
If you don't, then you are
But
doing
uska
something wrong.
Because I think
uska
Jitesh
form
will
का
be their
form
keeper.
बहुत है.
Jitesh will be their keeper. Um, yeah, I just think
Close
that
look at Jitesh.
yeah, their
And I think
batting is but
Go on, man.
actually their bowling lineup is not all that bad. I mean, it depends on how Chris Wokes performs. I mean, if he's played in the 11, I mean there is Nathan Ellis and Rabada. Again, their spin bowling with Rahul Chahar and Harpreet Bar is a bit of an issue, but their pace bowling is quite all right with Arshdeep there. Chris Wokes with the new ball could be a bit, could be exciting, and of course Rabada can have a good season. So actually, their bowling is not all that bad. I don't know. I think they're playing at the new stadium in Mullanpur.
Yes.
So we don't know how the pitch is going to turn out. So you can expect a few surprises there. Yeah, and with regard to the batting, it's a bit too top order heavy. I mean, Livingston has frankly not performed his potential in the IPL. I'm not so sure why. I mean, he's supposed to be. I mean, he's considered to. So Livingston can win you the odd game with the bat once or twice, but again, individual brilliance can only do so much in T20 cricket. So I think that cohesive unit. But again, Livingston, Jitesh Sharma in the middle order, Simran. I'm not so sure about their middle order. That's the only thing that that's a weak link. I mean, Riley also could play and Rishi Dhawan. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. I wouldn't. What I'm trying to say is, with their pace battery and their thing, I wouldn't rule them out doing well at home. But yeah, away could be a bit of an issue. Because with Arshdeep again, it's a shoe-in for the India squad. So I'd really like Arshdeep to do well, considering he's a
Even
left.
Jitesh Sharma in that regard.
Yeah.
Hitesh Sharma, Arshdeep, I definitely feel that these two guys would be, pivotal in India's T20 success going forward.
Absolutely.
I think a major issue for Punjab is they lack a proper, a pinch hitter in the finisher slot. Basically, they have Jitesh Sharma, yes, but I think someone who could bat slot in at say number 7 or 8 could have been better.
I think that's where
And they let go Shahrukh Khan.
Sikandar Raza and Livingston can actually do well. I mean, if both of them fire
Right.
with Jitesh and probably Sam Curran. Sam Curran's batting, I mean, again, very annoyingly, the
Not the
best,
two
his
count.
best batting performance was against us in the
Against India.
2018 Test series. I mean, a series which we should have won, and it was only his batting exploits which tilted those 50-50 chances of ours. So after that, I've never really seen him bat that well. So yeah.
The biggest problem with Punjab is their management. They don't have a stable management. They don't have a stable owner who doesn't have a stable brain. That is why things
Stable
go
owner.
haywire.
Like this.
Who doesn't let the team do it the way they want to. And the same thing goes with Sunrisers Hyderabad as well.
Preeti Zinta wants to know your location right now.
ठीक है यार, good
House
owner
number
यार,
15 Kalahalli, Bangalore.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
One of the better squads.
Yep.
One of the better squads of this IPL is Rajasthan. But we have seen that last year also they had a great squad, but the way they start is always this like this. But then they tend to taper off. And towards the end is when the crucial matches are to be won. That is when they lose their track. And that has been the case last year, last year. And I would be hoping that they don't do it this year, so that we have a like someone who just comes and takes the entire IPL by surprise. So Rajasthan keeps winning at least till, let's say, game 10, 11, so that they are fixed in the top 2. They have the potential, but they haven't done justice to that potential yet.
And I think what they've also done is lost a lot of games that they should have won. That is also another problem, which I feel that their consistency and that ruthlessness is kind of missing somewhere, wherein they kind of taper off, like you rightly said, go to a brilliant start. Same is the case with Sanju Samson as well, right? We all love his batting, we all love the way he plays, but again, to maintain that form and consistency and also replicate that on the international level is something which I feel is missing, and I think that's where you need a slightly more mature head and understand shot selection and understand when to do what. Probably that's something which Rajasthan has to do.
Again, Rajasthan Royals have bought some very good players. Shubham Dubey, then they have got this Rovman Powell. That was a very good buy. I personally felt that was a buy of highest standard. They needed somebody who could, complement Shimron Hetmeyer. They had a lot of options going into the auction. They had Riley Russo there. They had other players as well, but they went for Rovman Powell, which gives Shimron and Rovman the Windies head, and they can do it well. Also, they bought one player which I felt was very good, Tom Conner Cadmore. He has explored the whole world with his franchisee cricket, and he has played a lot of franchisee cricket, and he knows how to get things done. A good keeper, good batter, could be utilized in a couple of games like they utilized Joe Root last year. And obviously उस अंग्रेज को अंग्रेज लोग पसंद है ही, तो वो अंग्रेज क्रिकेटर्स खरीदेगा ही. पता नहीं वो ओनर कौन है, डायरेक्टर ऑफ क्रिकेट जो भी है. So again, this is a fantastic buy, Tom Conner Cadmore, and again, Shubham Dubey. I think he can get a game from the start. Reason why comes from Vidar, has done very well in Vijay Hazare Trophy and Syed Mushtaq. Have a strike rate of 158 and has played 235 balls, which shows that how good he can be. So again, I feel, can they adjust him maybe as an impact player, but get him. play him somewhere also.
I think RR have designed their squad this year to make sure that Riyan Parag, someone like Riyan Parag, can bat up the order. I think that I hope that happens this time, because every time Riyan Parag comes in, it's always the fag end of the inning. So I think if he gets few balls, we may see a different Riyan Parag this time. And I think they have bought Nandre Burger as well, who troubled us in South Africa earlier this year. He may come on to be a good X factor for them. And of course, we have Helmet Khan as well. Avesh Khan, I don't think he'll be. I may think he get into the 11. I think, hopefully, इस बार helmet सलामत रहेगा Avesh का.
The most memorable moment for me when you mentioned Burger was I was accidentally watching Hindi commentary in the India versus South Africa series.
I
And
remember now.
Samsung hit him for a 6. The commentator went like, "Samsung ko burger pasand hai." It's like that was the
और RR में
comment.
आ गया. I think one guy. I think we all miss is Donovan Ferreira. I think he got. I didn't think he got games last year. I will want someone like him to be in the 11
He
again
played a
head into
freak
the season
innings,
as well.
no? Somewhere he almost won a match, or did Donovan
Yeah,
Ferrer-
yeah, yeah. This was in that South Africa League SAT20.
SA20, yeah. Pal Royals.
He played for Joburg Super Kings, and
Okay, Joburg Super.
he had won the game against Durban Super Giants. It was like 12 runs required of 4 balls. Comes in, finishes like Thala. So obviously, another wicket keeping option for another wicket
Another
keeping option.
finishes for another finish like what Thala did in yellow and never in blue. Let's be a little precise, please.
Next team. Let's go to the
Next
next
team,
team. Next team, please. Next team.
Okay, let's go to the next team then.
अरे
Ah,
भाई मेरे को लगा बैंगलोर
Big Boss,
हैदराबाद लाएगा
Big Boss, Big Boss.
Yes. The story
Yeah.
of the famous hug from yesterday.
Anyone can take it forward. I'll go last.
I think
भाई भाई
Bash, you
No,
can
I-
भाई
say.
भाई ये
Bash
बदल
bhai
सर
can-
कोई भी ले लो
I just really think that Mumbai has the batting lineup which is second to none. I mean, if one Sky is fit, Mumbai's batting lineup is just unbelievably good. Like Rohit, I mean, I'm guessing Ishan Kishan with him, Tilak Verma at 3, or Sky at 3, Tilak Verma at 4, Hardik Pandya at 5, Tim David at 6. I mean, I don't know who I'm missing.
They
but
have
I
Mohammad Nabi as well.
Yeah, so I think Mumbai's top 6 is they're the team to beat. I mean, they're just an excellent firepower in batting. Like there is nobody better, at least in according to me, in the middle order. With I hope Hardik, for Indian cricket's sake, has a good season with the bat, because that's one thing which he has been quite disappointing. And the fact that he's going to bowl 4 overs, so I think Mumbai's batting lineup. I think we all would agree that
My only concern, Bhash, my only concern out here is, it should not end up the RCB way, wherein they were also extremely solid in the batting lineup. But they
Yeah.
kind of, batting doesn't just win you games, right? Like you rightly said before.
Correct.
So that's my only concern, that they, they're focused too much on making their batting, heavy, but then bowling as well has to step up, which they have been doing pretty well for the past few years. But again, somewhere that balance is that maintained in this season. That's something which we'll have to see.
I think the only problem is the spin bowling, which I think all of us would agree that their
Exactly.
spin bowling is a bit weak. I mean, I'm excited to see Gerald Coetzee and Bumrah together. I mean, I'm guessing that he will start. I mean, since Madhushanka is injured in the first few games, so I think pace bowling is still all right.
Rajbhai, I
but
think someone like Nabi brings in some kind of experience when it comes to spin bowling, right?
yeah, but Nabi
But
at
the
one
problem is,
stage
Anshay, you can't play more than 4 foreigners, right? How will you fit
True.
in, right?
How will you fit? And
Will
Nabi
you
at
drop
one
it in
stage-
there, right?
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
have-
I think they can.
Nabi at Wankhede in
Yeah.
the dew, you need to be a really skillful spinner. I mean, you need to be in the Kuldeep Yadav mold, or you need to have just really supremely skillful spinner. So I think that spin bowling is a bit of an issue, but barring that, I really hope Hardik bowls 4 overs, because that's important again for Indian cricket. I mean, he has to play the role of the third seamer. I'm guessing Coetzee and Bumrah will be the new ball bowlers. So I mean, just that the spin bowling is a bit of an issue. Yeah. So I think barring that, their batting lineup, yeah. As Venu rightly said, it's sometimes what happens is that in a collapse, what happens is you're suddenly 3 or 4 down, and Sky again, he's coming back from an injury. Hardik Pandya is coming back from an injury. We don't know, whether they can go gung ho from ball one. So the initial, and they don't start very well, Mumbai Indians traditionally. So let's see. Hopefully, can have a good season.
Yeah, I think they are two ends of the spectrum, like Rajasthan and Mumbai. They
And
start
I hope it.
in a different zone, and
Yeah.
Mumbai is like.
I hope Ishan Kishan plays freely now. I don't know what all. I mean, there have been a lot of stories about him in the last 2-3 months of his mental health.
Lost the contract as well.
Training with and contract and all that. I think having a fantastic IPL season will at least help him at least regain that confidence that he's good enough to be at this level. I mean, it's just sometimes that you taper off at such an age that I really hope he has a good season with the bat and the gloves. So yeah, I just think he's really, really exciting. And I really hope Ishan Kishan does well.
I just want to,
Yeah.
quickly put 3-4 players into perspective. First time guys. One is Shivalik Sharma. Shivalik Sharma was is a spin bowling all rounder who was there as a net bowler for Mumbai Indians for the last 3 seasons. Every year he used to come bowl to Rohit, Ishan, and bigger players, and never get a chance. So I really wish he gets a game this time around. He was bought for the base price. And all right, Venus, sir. And there's one more player. Everybody is talking about him. Is Anshul Kamboj. He comes from Haryana, 24 years old. Fast bowling, hit the deck hard bowler. Even Ashwin has said this. But the guy, okay, maybe the pace is less. It's in 130s, 135, 136. But he comes in and bounces the batter. Sorry. So maybe you never know. We are talking about Naman Dheer, Shivalik Sharma, Anshul Kamboj. These guys can get a chance. We're talking about the weak spin bowling lineup, and you never know that somebody like Shivalik Sharma or Naman Dheer might get a chance and just take the game. Take everybody by surprise, like Ritik Shokeen had done. I was very surprised Ritik Shokeen being left, but again, this is an auction, and this is how auctions run.
I think
So
two names I
have
want to
2
keep an eye
points.
on. Okay, Prashant, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. Continue.
Just two names I want to keep an eye on. One is Vishnu Vinod. I think he did superb, in the fag end of Mumbai Indians season last year. And another is Akash Madhwal. I think he also bowled really well. He's someone who can, be an asset for you, with Bumrah and towards the bowling. So I think that strengthens your fast bowling attack. And I personally think that Nabi should get more games. If not his bowling, I think his finishing skills may come in handy in Wankhede. Because and I think Nuwan Tushara is someone who MI is trying to back. So because I think Gilshan Madhushanka is out injured, he may not be available. So I think they have a very good squad. The only thing they want to focus is on having a good dressing room atmosphere. कि भाई कुछ लड़ाई झगड़ा ना हो, सब शांति से रहो, अच्छे से रहो, and that's it. If they manage to do that, I think they are sure starters to make it into the playoffs.
I would quickly like to add 2-3 points and then we move on. I'll quickly do that. First, talking about what the captaincy thing is going on. So I would still like to believe, not just as a MI fan, but also looking at the culture of Mumbai Indians till date. I would like to believe that ये जो decision था, it was not a freak decision. It was taken before the World Cup, and World Cup के पहले ही I think it was communicated. I would like to believe this that it was communicated to Rohit and Rohit agreed to it. But looking at how the World Cup went and how the stocks of Rohit Sharma went up so well, and looking at how Hardik Pandya got injured in the World Cup and never came back, he was supposed to miss only 1 or 2 games, but he never came back. Then it is obviously, if I'm Rohit Sharma, I would also like to continue my captaining my team, because at the end of the day, my brand value has gone up immensely, and everyone is looking up to me. Why would I not want to captain the side going into another IPL tournament? Secondly, I think they are all professionals, so they will get it behind their backs, and they'll go on the field. And once they're on the field, they'll work in cohesion, and there will be no direct. You won't see direct friction between the two players or within the dressing room. It is going to be very important how the younger players react to Hardik Pandya. They react to Rohit Sharma very well, but will they react the same way to Hardik Pandya while Rohit is still there in the team? We'll have to find out.
See, personally, I think
Secondly, I think
Hardik, the captain, doesn't lack anything. He has done really well with GT. The only thing is how he manages the superstars in the Mumbai dugout, is what you're saying, right?
no, I am also,
Yeah,
that is one part. I am also saying that the youngsters have found an affinity towards Rohit Sharma
true,
last year.
true.
And now, if you are directly seeing that Rohit is unhappy in any way within the dressing room, if there is some friction between the two legends of the game, two giants of the game, one captain and one former captain, then what side are the youngsters picking? Are they picking their bhaiya or are they picking their current captain? Is what you need to see how they react to that situation. So that is one part. The other part, what you said about Nabi, I think Nabi will get more games that he'll miss because the four players that you will play is Tim David, Koetzi. Then if you don't even need a third overseas player, you can go with Mohammad Nabi because your pace attack will look like Bumrah, Madwal, Koetzi, Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya and Bumrah, Hardik Pandya and Koetzi start up your bowling. Madwal and Bumrah are predominantly going to
Death
bowl at
overs.
the end. Correct?
Right.
Four pacers. Yes, Bhas sir has a point.
No, no, I just feel Devil Brevis is a very exciting talent. If
Yeah.
Brevis
Yes.
gets a chance to play, I think his six hitting ability, particularly his six hitting ability, which I have seen, is almost second to none. The way he can hit spinners on the trot for a few sixes, it's something that I don't know whether, Tim David has a bit issue against quality spin. So I think Mumbai can be smart enough, like probably if they're playing a team like Rajasthan who has an Ashwin and a Chahal, maybe they could play Brevis over Tim David. I think that's something that they can do. I think they can be smart enough to do that. But yeah, as you said rightly, Nabi. But I'm not so sure of Nabi is more of in any at playing at 1K day in this particularly with the dew, it's harsh on any spinner. So I just find it a little difficult unless you have like real quality. I mean, no disrespect to Nabi, is more of a up and down bowler. He doesn't really spin the ball. So more in the action kind of mold. So I would just I'm not so sure of their spinning. That's all. I mean, I just wanted to say that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I would in that case maybe go in with more pacers and get Tilak Verma to bowl 2 or 3 overs before the dew
True.
comes in completely. So 7 to 10th over, 6 to 10th over,
And
you
it's
can have two
important
or
that
three
Tilak Verma bowls
Tilak
for
Verma.
the greater good of Indian cricket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need all rounders in the top four. Uh, Looking at a larger picture of Indian cricket, so Tilak Verma bowling is a great thing there. All in all, I am also very surprised. Last one line before we go on to the next team. I am surprised to see that last year when Hardik Pandya was not there, but Cameron Green was there, you saw gaping holes in the Mumbai lineup. This year, Hardik Pandya is back, and suddenly you are seeing that the entire lineup has changed. There are obviously other players, but Hardik Pandya is instilling that confidence कि तुम्हारा भाई middle order has gone to some different level, different league. And even though he has not fired at all since he's back, but it is somehow it has become a psychology, right? That the moment he's in the Indian team is more settled. The moment he's in the Mumbai side is more settled. That balance that he gives is second to none.
There are very few players, Prashant, there are very few players who can do this. Jack Callis, Andrew Flintoff, Hardik Pandya, these three could do it because they have the same ability. They are good batters and very good bowlers. If you want, they can give 10 overs of bowling to you at an economy of 4.5 or 5. And if you want a batting, they can hit the ball at 100, strike rate. I'm just telling this ODI form, in the ODI perspective. That is why Hardik
Yeah.
Pandya is coming. The homecoming of Hardik Pandya made it simple and made it very easy for Mumbai Indians.
Yes, and I hope Sky is back within the first 5 games. And let's
Yeah.
go to the next side. We still don't have RCB. Talking
RCB को
about
IPL से हटा
surprises, I
दिया
think
क्या?
नहीं नहीं खेले करेंगे करेंगे उनकी भी बात करेंगे. Sunrisers I feel the best overseas attacks. And what clever buys, what clever buys they have had. What superb, like, and you did you see what Hasaranga did? Hasaranga is even cleverer than the auction table people of Sunrisers. He was banned by ICC, so he came back from his Test match retirement to serve that ban, so that he can serve that ban, not play those Test matches, and then be available for the T20 World Cup.
Hasaranga MVP bhai.
Hasaranga is a
The best thing about Hasaranga was, RCB had bought him for 10.5 crores. And over here,
yeah.
RCB left him. They get 10.5 crores in their purse. And SRH, who had 42 crores in their purse, just had to spend 1 crore, 1.5 crores.
Yeah.
And if Hasaranga, all this drama wouldn't have happened. If Hasaranga would have played from game one, it would have been a great bowling lineup, great spin bowling lineup. Washington Sundar, Mayank Markande, Vanindu Hasaranga. 3 international good spinners. 2 leg spinners, 1 right arm off spinner. What else do you want in a team? But Sunrisers Hyderabad forgot IPL stands for Indian Premier League and not International Premier League. They thought that they can play 7 foreigners and 4 Indians. Their 4 Indians would have been Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Natarajan, Umran Malik, and Mayank Agarwal. Maybe Rahul Tripathi. They did the
Yeah.
ulta.
Yeah,
हाँ,
but
भाई.
you know what? I think on current form, Klaasen is an absolute must in any T20.
T20 beast.
So I think
Yeah.
you have to use. I think by elimination itself, Klaasen walks into any T20 11.
No
Right.
Yes.
There has to be Pat Cummins naturally as a captain. He'll be.
Captain.
It's probably a toss-up between Hasaranga and Jansen, or both. If you are going to not play Markram and Travis Head, I'm guessing it's a toss-up between Markram and Travis Head as well as Hasaranga and Jansen. But yeah, as you rightly said, I mean, Bhuvneshwar Kumar. See, my only issue with this is with the likes of Shikhar Dhawan and Bhuvneshwar Kumar. What is their motivation to do well? That's something that we don't talk about enough. There is this perception in Indian cricket that you reach a certain age, you're over the hill. What is their motivation to do well? Of course, franchise cricket now is coming in a big way, but can Bhuvneshwar Kumar realistically, even in T20s, ever dream of an India cap? Probably no. Even if he has a great season, the point is that I just feel it's a little harsh on them in terms of mentally that there's so much of competition now. You have an Arshdeep Singh, you have of course Siraj, you have Natarajan and all that. So once you're above a certain rate, I mean, I'm just worried about that aspect, which we don't allude to. Like once you're above a certain age, even if you have a brilliant season, are the selectors going to really look at you, to play? So that's just one worry which I have of Bhuvneshwar Kumar. But rest, yeah, as I would say, the batting lineup is exciting. Middle order is all right too, and yeah, their bowling could be really really good with Marco Jansen's all-round skills, I think, and Hasaranga both who can bat. I think then they might have to probably not play Head and Markram. I mean, that's going to be a bit of a issue, but yeah, it's a very exciting team. Yeah, I really hope this time its Sunrisers do well.
Yeah, it's such a luxury when a player like Glenn Phillips is number 7 in your pecking order in terms of overseas players. So that
not to forget Fazal Farooqi, who was a regular in your playing 11 last season.
And sorry bhai, Fazal Haq Farooqi का international ranking 3 है T20I
Yeah,
में.
exactly.
So they have great.
That is the quality they have. But that is what, again, if you see the mindset, this is where they have gone wrong. They are thinking they will win it with the overseas players. They don't have good Indian players. They have good Indian players in Mayank Agarwal, Abhishek Sharma, Rahul Tripathi. Then who is the Bhuvneshwar, Natarajan, Abdul Samad, Washington Sundar. These they have bought in Akash Singh. They've again bought these Indian fast bowlers who they buy. They have bought in who they have bought. They have bought Akash Singh, Jaydev Unadkat, and they have also bought one unknown spinner, Jataved Subramaniam. He's another,
Yeah.
another Varun Chakravarti. They are saying, not known much about him. He played for Hong Kong at one point of time, then came to India, played in TNPL. So nothing much about him. So that is the thing, you never know what is going to happen, what is not. So they need to, and they have Shahbaz Ahmed, another India camped player. So
Yeah.
they have to be careful how they utilize their Indian resources. They will not Indian, the whole resource as a whole. Last year also they had a very good team. Still they finished.
True.
They had the women's
That's
team.
the issue with SRH. They have a very good unit, but they fail to manage their players really well, which leads on to them being ousted.
Correct. The
4 years.
best the best SRH managed their resources was 2018 under Kane Williamson's captaincy. Now see the
True.
fast bowlers they had. They had Siddharth Paul, Sandeep Sharma, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Basil Thampi. They had Basil Thampi. They had Khalil
They also had
Ahmed,
Mustafizur at one point, right?
2016, and
16, right? My bad.
Khalil Ahmed. They had six. They had six Indian fast bowlers, capped Indian fast bowlers. Basil Thampi not capped, but he was in the Indian squad in the Nidahas Trophy. Six capped Indian bowlers, and they utilized their resources very well. This is what they have to do again. They have to sit down and think properly.
4 years, four different coaches, 4 years, four different captains. So that
That
tells you the
explains.
story. And I
Yeah.
also I also feel that this is a make or break year for make or break me. Like this is a year that Washington Sundar has to really announce that yeah, I am good enough to be a part of the T20 squad because there are a lot of players above him right now.
Correct.
He has been talked about highly, but he has not converted that into performances that catches everyone's eyes. So that is one thing that Sundar would like to do. And now the disclaimer is very important. They are one-time trophy winners. We need to show some respect this time.
Chalo,
They have
finally.
changed. I think they should have gone back on the thing of changing their jersey colors and changing their name the moment the WPL was won. कि भाई ये नाम के साथ भी जीत सकते हैं. वो जो ज्योतिष ने बोला वो गलत था कि नाम चेंज करो इस साल.
Very good collaboration with Delhi Capitals in the jersey front. Yeah, nice. Good.
मैं लास्ट में बोलूंगा कि मैं बोलूंगा तो गुस्सा निकलेगा.
No, but I have
Yeah.
a slightly different. A lot of people are bashing the RCB bowling lineup, but I don't think if their bowlers can really make it happen. No, they could surprise us. I mean, I just don't think that it's as bad a bowling lineup as it's touted to be. Like Siraj will have motivation. If just give me a sec because I'm just looking at the squad on my phone. I just wanted to make a couple of points here. That I mean, RCB again. The problem is that they've been with the form of Rajat Patidar, probably Dinesh Karthik, Anuj Rawat, their Indian batting. Indian batting,
I think
their Indian
yeah, he's back.
batting, their Indian batting is a bit of an issue. But if you see the bowling, with Lockie Ferguson and Siraj at the top, and Reece Topley, who I believe is a very very good white ball bowler, they could really do well. I mean, Maxwell again, I rate him very highly as a spinner. So yeah, I mean, the only problem in Bangalore is that you need to have good bowling lineup to sort of win your game. Because considering Bangalore having a small ground and the pitch being most of the time a belter, you need to have a good bowling lineup. So I hope their bowling surprises us. Their batting has the firepower. I mean, if you have, I think Cameron Green should play at the top, and he's more useful at the top as compared
True.
to the middle order. So if he can start, and then Virat Kohli, Faf du Plessis, and then with the middle order of Rajat Patidar and Glenn Maxwell, and yeah, I mean probably even Will Jacks as well. I think that's something. But yeah, again, I would say that too many things have to go in their favor. The stars have to align, perfectly for them to. This is not a. This doesn't give me the feeling of an IPL winning team. So
Even I second that thought
And
that they may go on to qualify for the playoffs, but doesn't give me the confidence that they will win it.
Yeah.
And I think someone like Cameron Green will love to play at Chinnaswamy. So I think look out for Cameron Green, the batsman as well. Yeah.
Okay,
I feel
my turn to say something about RCB.
if you're going
Sure.
last, then no. If you're going second last, then yes.
Okay, now I'll tell you something very simple. They bought Alzari Joseph, they bought Lockie Ferguson. Horrible buys, in my opinion. Complete horrible buys. They're hit the deck
Yes,
hard
that
bowlers. Hit the deck hard bowlers. चिन्नस्वामी में हिट द डेक हार्ड बॉलिंग करोगे, कबन पार्क में बॉल जाके गिरेगी बगल में 150 मीटर दूर. कबन पार्क में दो कपल कोजी हो रहे होंगे, उनके सर पे बॉल गिरेगी. सिंपल.
Lockie is a good Yorker. Lockie is spacey. I don't think Lockie can be bracketed only as a hit the deck.
True.
Correct, sir, but usually they would want in the middle overs when he bowls, they would want to use him as a hit the head deck bowler, right? Rather than going for the Yorkers. And you see RCB, you will feel हाँ ठीक है, अच्छी team है, glamorous team है, but really again, honestly speaking, this team is not giving me hopes. Again, you see the team. Who do they have? They're bowling what they have. Akashdeep, Alzari, Joseph, Lockie Ferguson, Siraj. Yes, they are.
Reece Topley.
Reece Topley, Himanshu Sharma, Rajan Kumar, Vaisak. So I think Reece Topley should be played ahead of Alzari and Lockie. If you are playing in other conditions, maybe Gujarat you're playing in Mumbai, you're playing in Chennai, or you're playing in Calcutta, because Eden Gardens you never know, the ball might have pace, so you never know. So you might use Lockie over there, but in Bangalore they're not going to have a lot of help. And the only team in the IPL which is weak at home is RCB. So I rest my case. I sincerely hope they finish last. Thank you.
No,
Oh
सालों के
bye.
पास अभी अभी मेरा गुस्सा नहीं निकला. I've been very focused, very nice. I have not abused RCB.
Not at all
because
nice.
it's too water. And they want to. Bhajbhai, one second. Sorry. There is no water in the city, and they want to play an IPL game. How much gallons of water is going to be wasted?
That's why they need a cup, na. That's why they need a cup.
Is
but
Salah Cup-
Akashdeep
Bye-bye.
and Siraj, I still think their bowling is under the radar. They could do well. Just again, they're the same problem as Mumbai. Lack of quality spinners. You have a
Okay.
Karn
Yeah.
Sharma. So lack of quality spinners is going to hurt them. But barring that, I think they could do well. See, again, I would not say in the knockout they can't do. Individual brilliance of Kohli. Kohli has a lot to prove. There are talks that he may not be selected in the squad of the T20 World Cup. Rohit has said, I want him at any cost. Rohit, Kohli romance or bromance or whatever that's called. But on a serious note, I think Kohli has a point to prove. He showed the glimpses of that in the T20 against Afghanistan. So individual brilliance can win you matches in T20. So if they qualify somehow for the playoffs, it's a matter of having 2 or 3 good days, and you never know. So yeah.
True.
Yeah, I think I was going to bring this up that you see, Kohli is going to open for RCB. So basically, what he's doing is that he's telling the Indian selectors that if you're looking at Sky at 3 for the Indian World Cup and not giving me a chance, I will now fight for 2 places as an opener or at number 3. But I'll show you that I can have a better year than Sanju Samson. I can have a better year than Yashasvi Jaiswal. I can have a better year than Ishan Kishan. I can have a better year than Prithvi Shaw. I can have a better year than Shubman Gill. And while doing all that, I can go so far off that I can replicate what you thought was a once in a lifetime season of 2016. If he has that drive, which I think he has, and if he is able to convert this year into what was 2016, I'm sorry, Yashasvi, but they're definitely not finishing last. He's going to single-handedly win them as many games.
Last to nahi hoga.
He's going to single-handedly win them as many games, which will easily take them to the top 5.
You know, I
And
True.
sincerely, you know,
and
that, you know,
remember,
that is a, sorry, ha, Bhaskar.
no, remember that Maxwell. So they have players who can rely on individual brilliance in winning games, right? Glenn Maxwell showed
Yeah.
that against Afghanistan. It was a dead match. So they have players like a Kohli, a Maxwell, a Faf du Plessis, who has also a lot to prove. You know, the way he's treated in South Africa, it's still strangely bizarre to me that he's not considered. But anyway, so yeah, I agree with Prasham that Kohli has a lot to prove. And yeah, I mean, there is definitely not finished that. And again, I still believe, you can. I mean, I believe that their bowling is underrated. Their pace battle is actually good, one of the better ones. So I don't think they'll finish last. Yes, the spinning option, and but Maxwell again as a spin bowler. I mean, got Rohit in that final. I mean,
You
what
know,
else?
Yeah.
last
It's
year,
just annoying, but he's pretty good as a spin bowler on
Yep.
his own. He's quite a
We can,
crafty bowler.
also start for them in the power play as well.
Yeah.
yeah, last year the batting lineup was a little, you know, Faf, Virat, Glenn, Faf, Virat, Maxwell, or Baki Bhagwan Bharose. Nobody was supporting them. This year, you see, with Patidar coming in, there is a Will Jacks also who can bowl a little. So I think batting order थोड़ा सा मैं overboard चला गया,
With
लेकिन
Green
but you
coming
can,
in, they can have that confidence at least.
yeah, they can have
Yeah.
the confidence in middle order now. Also,
Yeah.
Cam Green is there. They have Mayank Dagar is there. Karan Sharma is there. So
True.
they can.
Lomror also.
Lomror is there. Yeah.
Amro, Anuj Rawat, there are a lot of Suyash Prabhu Desai. They
True.
have this new boy named Saurabh Chauhan from Gujarat, another batter,
Yes,
another
Dayal is there for them as well.
Yes, Dayal is there, but I
They
think
have taken up
Yes, Dayal will be
they
very
have taken up everyone that Gujarat left.
Yeah. Alzari,
yeah.
Yash.
Every pacer that Gujarat left.
Yes,
Lovely.
Dayal will be effective in Chinnaswamy. I feel Yes, Dayal will be effective in Chinnaswamy if given a chance.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think with that we come to the end of all the teams, and we have
Yep.
discussed everything. I am still not sure what one last point. I'm still not sure what the owners are seeing in Tom Curran. Year after year, he's given a contract, and year after year, he's changing teams. So Tom Curran this year is a part of RCB. I don't know what he's going to do there. Anyway,
Parthiv Patel
I have a theory on
foreign
that.
cricket.
I
Yeah.
have a theory on that. Tom Curran was single-handedly responsible for being the bowler who has on that Sharjah pitch ensured that Dhoni hit 3 sixes in a lost cause
Oh,
after
thank
changing
God
the
he
bat.
talked about that RR game.
And he made a hero. I mean, honestly, never in cricket have I heard that somebody who ensures, who takes it so deep that the match is lost, a bowler actually gives him gifts on the last 3 balls, and it is just bizarre. So I think Tom Curran's only claim to fame, barring this, is that on a cricket field. So
भाज भाई आप भूल गए एक और बात 2021 qualifier 1 DC versus CSK. Sam Curran comes in and Thala smashes him left, right, center for CSK to win the qualifier.
yeah.
Yep.
So single-handedly
Tom Curran
revived
comes in.
Thalas career.
Yeah.
फिर
That is a
आएगा
very
फिर कल
important role.
खेलेगा टॉम करन कल फिर खेलेगा थाला फिर आएगा थाला छक्के मारेगा भाज भाई
On that
दुखी
note, I
On
think.
that note, I think I'll have to
On
leave
that
it
note,
there.
I think we can.
on that note
Everyone will leave.
Ahmedabad,
We have had a long stream. I hope you enjoyed, Bhaskar,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you had a good time.
Yep.
See you.
And
Good night.
next time we keep it really quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night, guys.
Okay.
Good night.
Cheers, everyone.
Good time.
चलो
Good
Bye.
night.
good
Yeah.
night good night